Welcome back to Threshold of Revelation. This is session 53, entitled The Six. Um, Last session, the group descended into the bowels of the um, Tome of the God King. They had some fun with traps and sarcophagi. And they've descended further into the complex. This is the second floor down, so basement level 2. And upon entering into it with their trusty immovable ladder, they have learned that there are 6 rooms. The 6 rooms in question all have a couple of things in common, in that they have 2 sarcophagi, similar to the ones upstairs, and then an altar, and set upon that altar is a marble block with something etched onto it. Um, the sarcophagi, just like the ones above, DC 30 athletics check to crack those bad boys open. The 2 wall lamps in the space, and these are the lamps similar to the ones upstairs, are also in all the rooms. The 6 rooms are as follows. The king room is the top right room. That would be here. And it has writing on the altar that reads in the Renalic alphabet as Elvish, but it is very ancient Elvish. So if you speak Elvish, it would be very similar to you in modernity trying to read like the way that or like English script was written in like the 1300s or even older. So it's very kind of like big letters and very kind of like over the top etchings in the Renalic script, but it's legible. It's just that there are some parts that are a bit weird and translate strangely. So, for example, this one, the king of word, and the word, when pronounced aloud, can either be read as six or sakes. And sakes is basically translating to like a weapon, blade specifically. So it's either the number or a sword. The marble block on this room depicts a mountain covered in swords, with a throne at its top and a low detail elvish male figure seated upon that throne.
You say this room. Can you ping
King.
which room?
Yeah, it's up here in top right. And
Okay.
if you want to move around, you can. You're absolutely free to do so. There's no escape. The next room on the right side is the Queen Room, and it's called that because the reading on the altar, it's all pretty much illegible due to wearing and age, except for the word Queen. The presumption is that the words that were written around it were similar in kind to the ones in the King Room, but again, you can't tell for certain. In this room, there are a total of 4 clay jugs, one of them being larger than the other 3. These jugs are, they have an earthy smell to them, and they are sealed with a transparent pale gray wax. Um, the marble block in this room depicts what looks like a very common depiction of a Medusa.
I don't know if we're supposed to or not, but I can kind of see through the walls right now.
Oh, over here on the right.
All of it. Like, I see it's like shadows, but I can still see through the walls, kind of.
Just the 6 rooms around us.
Yeah, did anybody move outside of the walls?
No.
We verified it was impossible last
Like,
time.
I can see.
Jody, you see like the scarab shape of the layout in each of the rooms.
No,
the
I
6
seen what
rooms.
Chody was talking about. It just
I
glitched for
see.
me a second ago, but it went back after I moved.
Move,
Oh.
Jody.
Mine is still there. I can see a little bit of the room above.
Oh yeah, it just happened to me. Like I can see.
I'm not trying to disrupt the game. I'm just trying to let
Why are
you
you
know.
trying to disrupt the game?
Because
Well,
I
ignore
have
that.
Well, it wasn't doing it for me until just now.
I'm disrupted.
I'm hacking.
Game's over. I'm gonna go ahead and
Go play Baldur's Gate?
no, I gotta finish building these fucking Tau, dude.
Oh, okay.
I just started drinking though.
I don't like having many. Okay, I see.
My back does hurt.
That is interesting.
Zach, hurry up with my paints. You have all the ones I need.
Oh, I need to, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try something here.
I put a screenshot of what it looks like in.
No, I know exactly.
Hell yeah!
what-
Thanks for giving us all hacks.
I know what's happening.
So,
Okay, how about now?
Now it's good.
Now it's good. Yeah.
You will not have Explorer mode because of the glitch. So if you move out of a
Okay.
room, you will not be able to see the other room. Basically, what's happening is it thinks that you're seeing everything that I see with my tokens, and it's something that's been kind of commonly happening across the board. So again, I didn't think it was going to be a problem here, but of course it is.
Should write them a
I
strongly
didn't
worded
even-
email.
I will. No, I won't. I'm lazy, and I'll probably be making money off of them soon. So I don't want to do that too much. Okay, cool. Next up, then, the bottom right room. Um, that one is what you're calling the night room. In the common tongue on the altar, it reads Knight of Six, the number 6. There is a long knife on the altar in front of the marble block. It is a elvish long knife, so kind of like a curved, woodsman kind of knife. And the block depicts an ancient depiction of an Aetan warrior. Those who aren't familiar with the term Aetan, it means ancient human warrior. Aetan is kind of like a fighting tradition that was developed when the humans were kind of split during the War of Sword and Serpent, due in part to the fact that some didn't want to serve dragon masters and liked elves, and the elves taught them like how to use swords. The next two do not have a title that you've given it. You can give the title. You can make up your own kind of terminology for these. But the bottom left one has 2 water jugs, similar to the water jugs that you've seen people walking around with in town. We've got a gimmick going. Keep it up. The marble block in this room is mostly covered in thick muck and dirt, and the presumed depiction underneath is not visible because you haven't kind of cleared that up. There are some small mushroom heads that are appearing like on the top of the kind of crust, but the mushrooms appear to have died long ago. Looks like there was some sort of muck and kind of growth of fungus that hasn't had anything to do with that. Yeah, I'm showing you my mushroom head on purpose, Jeremy. So anyways, then why do I have to make it weird? Why do I have to do it? I don't know why I do it. It's just so funny to me sometimes. The middle left room. Moving on to the middle left room. Featureless, generic. It has no like depictions. Even the sarcophagi appear less inscribed. Everything seems to be more Spartan than the rest. The marble block is half finished. The depiction not completed, and seemingly showing a humanoid figure, but not much else. Sitting on top of the dagger, though, is a hammer and a chisel. Lastly, the room you're entitling the stranger is the top left room. A jar like the one in the Queen room, and another like the ones carried around Panacea, or like the one in the bottom left unknown room, are present in this room. One of each. One small of the earthen clay jar, and then one water jug. Words on the altar read, She who comes from afar, the wanderer, the last of the 6 or sakes, and again this is in Elvish, the source of the way ahead. Follow the stranger's example for all save the king. The marble block depicts a scene of a robed figure giving a gift of libation poured out onto a rectangle-looking shape, while 5 others look on. And that is the description of the chambers present.
Good. Now we will solve this puzzle using our wit and resource. I do have vision from Joseph's token still. If you want to take that away from me.
Fair, and we have to answer a question before we move too far forward.
Good.
Did he answer it in the chat? Or sorry, did they?
I
He
don't
did not.
recall.
Okay. So, Joseph, last session, you, or rather Sanat, identified a large, probably like a little bit larger than like a big grapefruit sized pearl, and etched on the pearl is a symbol which you, with Arcana trained, would recognize as the symbol of the Lady of the Deep, one of a number of great old ones that exist in the far plains around and close to the unending spiral space. you know that this item allows for someone or something to view it perfectly if they cast the spell Scry and target it. Do you A, leave it in the sarcophagus you found it in and just close that bad boy up and leave it where it's at, bygones be bygones, or B, take it with you?
I mean,
One answer is much funnier than the other.
I mean, sensible self says to leave it, but
Well, currently it is both things at once, so I have not acted upon it in either way. Like, the repercussions for either choice haven't happened yet. However, they will retroactively happen if you choose one way or the other. Like,
So I can cast legend lore on it. Would that help?
Sonat would be able to identify that it does not appear to have deeper information, so Legend
Oh.
Lore would basically just be cast